திருச்சிற்றம்பலம்.
நம பார்வதி பதயே
மகாதேவா.
நாடுடைய சிவனே போற்றி,
எந்நாட்டவர்க்கும் இறைவா போற்றி.
சபேசா
சிதம்பரம்.
திருக்கையிலாய பரம்பரை மெய்கண்ட சந்தானம் திருவாவடுதுறை ஆதீனம் 24வது குரு மகா சன்னிதானம் அவர்களின் அருளாணையின் வண்ணம் மாணிக்க வாசக பெருமான் அருள் செய்த திருவெம்பாவையிலிருந்து 11வது பாடல் விண்ணப்பம்.
பாதாளம் கேழிலும் கீழ் சொற்கழிவு பாதமல போதா துணை முடியும் எல்லா பொருள் முடிவே பேழை ஒருவாய் திருவே உள்ளல் பிற முதலோரும் மண்ணும் துதித்தாலும் போத உலவா ஒரு தோழ கொண்ட குழல் ஓரில் குல கருதல் ஓரில் பினா பிள்ளைகா ஏழவனோ ஏழவன் பேர் ஆருற்றராலயலா ஏழவனை பாடும் பரிசேவனும்
சிவா. திருச்சிற்றம்பலம். நம பார்வதீபதையே ஹரஹர மகாதேவா. தென்னாடுடைய சிவனை போற்றி, எந்நாட்டவர்க்கும் இறைவா போற்றி. திருச்சிற்றம்பலம். I take pleasure in worshipping the golden feet of Srila Sri Guru Maha Sannidhanam, who holds the 24th Guru Pida of Thirukkayilaya Parambarai, Meykanda Santhaanam, Thiruavaduthurai Adheenam. With the grace of Sri Gnanama Nadaraja Perumaan, Aatheena Guru Mudalvar Sri Umabharathy and Aatheena Kuladevam Srimad Madhava Sivagnana Yogigal with my mind, speech and body. As per the divine order of Srila Sri Guru Maha Sannidhanam, on this 21st day of the ongoing Dhanurman's reflection on Saivism, we will be reflecting upon the 11th verse of Thiruvempavai, composed by Sri Manikya Vasagar. The song of our reflection today describes young women who wake up at dawn and come to the pond for a Margali holy dip. And while taking holy dip, they sing phrases of God's attributes and pray for his protection. Protection from what? Shall we look at the song? Verse number 11. மொய்யார் தடம் பொய்கை புக்கு முகேரென்ன கையார் குடைந்து குடைந்துன் கழல் பாடி ஐயா வழியடியோம் வாழ்ந்தோங்கண் ஆரலர் போல் செய்யா வெந்நீராடி செல்வா சிறுமருங்குல் மையார் தடங்கன் மடந்தை மணவாளா ஐயா நீ ஆட்கொண்டருளும் விளையாட்டி உய்வார்கள் உய்யும் வகையெல்லாம் உய்ந்தொழிந்தோம் எய்யாமற் காப்பாய் எமையேலோர் எம்பாவாய். They are bathing in the pond while singing the phrases of God. What kind of pond is this? Moyyar Tadam Poigai, a vast pond where battles swarm. How do they bath? Pukku Mukerenna Kayyar Kudaindu Kudaindu. Entering into it, they plunged their hands into the water, making a mugair sound as they fell and submerged themselves in the water. What did they do when they fell into the water and were growing? Un Kalal Padi, the phrased and song of the divine feet. What did they sing? Ayya Valiyadiyum Valdum Khan. Who? We who were slaves for generations have attained a good life. Aralal Pol, oh, one who is like a blazing fire. Seyya, oh, one with the reddish color. Venniradi, oh, the one who wears the holy white ash. Selva, oh Lord, who possesses the wealth of the divine grace. Siru Marungul, Mayyar Tadangan, Madandai Manavala, O husband of goddess Uma, who has a slender waist and wide, coal-lined eyes. Ayya, my master, நீ ஆட்கொண்டருளும் விளையாட்டேன், by the divine play through which you take possessions of souls. உய்வார்கள் உய்யும் வகையெல்லாம், we too have followed the paths taken by the devotees who attain bliss by relying on the feet of the Lord Shiva. எய்யாமல் காப்பாய், grant your protection so that you may not be reborn again. எமையேலோர் எம்பாவாய். Thus, Sri Manikavasagar has composed the 11th verse of the Thiruvempavai. In the first line of the verse, Sri Manikavasagar says, பொய்யார் தடம் பொய்கை, மொய்யார் தடம் பொய்கை. Moi means huge, overflowing. Tadam means wide. Poigai means pond. A pond is different, a tank is different. A pond is a naturally formed body of water. A tank is something created by humans. Moyyar Tadam Poigai means a wide pond full of beetles, a wide pond full of flowers, a wide pond full of swimmers. Pukku means going down into the pond to bathe. Kayyar Kudaindu, they stir the water with their hands, preparing themselves to dive into the water. In the cold season, those who bathe in their homes in the early morning pour warm water first on their feet, then on their legs below the waist, and then gradually on their chest and shoulders. As the warmth of the water spreads through the body, blood circulation increases and the body warms up. Only then do they pour water on their heads and complete their bath. At this point, their bodies become ready to withstand the cold air outside. However, those who bathe in outdoor water bodies cannot wet their bodies in this gradual manner, as it would intensify the cold and impair their health. Therefore, they suddenly immerse themselves in the pond so that their entire body is submerged at once. After emerging from the water, their bodies become capable of withstanding the cold. Similarly, these women also sang with a mukher sound. Kudaindu means to immerse oneself in water so that the entire body is wet. How do they bathe? Un kalal padi. They bathe while singing the phrases to the feet of the Lord. This signifies the purification of impurities, the disappearance of Krodhan, and the manifestation of divine grace, resulting in the soul's self-awareness being subdued and its immersing in the waters of supreme bliss. What happened as a result of this immersion? Ayya valiyadiyo valthonkan. Oh my master, we who have been slaves through generations attain a good life. We who were slaves through generation means not only in this life, but in many previous births. Valthom, attain a good life because we were servant of God. We received the divine grace. RLL pole. RLL means an inaccessible fire, because the Lord, in the form of a blazing, intense fire, was inaccessible even to Vishnu and Brahma. He's described as being like a ferocious red flame. During the Great Dissolution, he destroys the world and its elements, unites them with his divine grace, and then absorbs even that into himself. Just as fire, besides being pure itself, purifies the objects it touches, so to the Lord burns away the impurities and Maya of us, the souls, and unites us with his divine grace. Where there is a fire, there is naturally ash, isn't it? So, those who describe him as having a form like blazing fire immediately say, Venniradi. Venniradi means he who is adorned with white holy ash. Only white colored holy ash is acceptable. Those of other colors are to be avoided. We who have taken a body due to the force of karma apply white holy ash to be cleansed and freed from impurities. The Lord applies it so that the severity of our karma, which prevents us from seeing him, may be removed. White holy ash symbolizes Goddess Uma. At the end of the Great Dissolution, Goddess Uma, who merged into the Lord, will emerge from him again for the purification purpose of recreation. In that state, She will spread over the Lord's divine form in the form of eternal holy ash. Red signifies the rajasic quality and white signifies the sattvic qualities. Thus, the phrase "Aaralal pol seyya venneeradi," he who is adorned with the white holy ash, radiant like blazing fire, indicates that Siva is the one who performs creation and preservation and also dissolution, while abiding in these respective qualities. Next, Selva, Selvam, the wealth of divine grace. He is called Selva because he bestows happiness and grace upon all who seek refuge in him. This signifies God in his form as a yogi, granting the path of yoga and grace to all souls. Next, Sirum Marungul Mayyar Tadankan Madandai Manavala. It signifies that God, as the enjoyer, bestows enjoyment. The divine dance of preservation performed by God in the presence of Goddess Uma is witnessed by the goddess, who then refines and delivers it according to the capacity of the souls. So, Mayyar Tadankai, eyes adorned with gold, symbolize the act of preservation. Thus, Venneeradi, wearing holy ash, signifies the act of creation. Mayyar Tadangan, eyes as dark as gold, signifies the act of preservation. Aaralal pol seyya, body radiant like blazing fire, signifies the acts of distraction and concealment. And Selva signifies the act of bestowing grace. Next, the phrase Ayya should be interpreted by separating the words I plus Am Kutal Ni. How it is interpreted? I plus Am plus Ni. Ayya means leader. I Am Ni means you who are the leader. You who are the leader of all leaders, performing the 5 divine functions that are beyond comprehension with each is, are also the leaders for us, who are but humble beings. Ni aatkondarulum vilayate. The Lord's act of taking souls under his grace does not cause suffering. Just as a king carrying earth does not cause him distress, this is also one of the divine plays through which he takes us under his grace. The term play here refers to something that is accomplished with such ease. Just as carrying a heavy load of 5 measures is considered a mere game for Satan. ஐங்கல பாரம் சுமத்தல் சாத்தனுக்கு விளையாட்டு என்பது போல. So, this concept implies that during the state of bondage, souls experiences the pleasure of heaven and attain various states of liberation called Padamukti. And in the state of liberation, they receive the ultimate bliss of salvation, that is called Paramukti. Since these two do not contradict each other, it is said that the compassion directed towards the soul is the sole reason for this. As explained by Madhava Sivañana Swamigal in his commentary on the 36th verse of the second section of the first sutra of Sivañana Siddhiyar Subhakam. உய்வார்கள் உய்யும் வகையெல்லாம் உய்ந்தொழிந்தோம். Uivargal means those who attain salvation are the Sivañanis, realized souls. They are the Sivañanis who, having been freed from impurities, attain liberation. They perform Shiva worship and Shiva yoga, transforming their individual consciousness into the divine consciousness, and also recite the holy 5-syllable mantra to prevent the influence of early desires. We have discussed all these ways of attaining salvation. 4th line of the verse is, Eyyamar kapai emayelur empavai. May you protect us, O Lord, so that we do not tire in our sadhanas, spiritual practices aimed at attaining liberation. Thus concludes the 11th verse of Thiruvempavai, composed by Sri Manikavasakar. With this, our reflection for today concludes. We will meet again tomorrow with the 12th verse of Thiruvempavai.